Welcome back, everybody. Today we're diving deep into a story from a collection of the best short stories in China.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, the story we're looking at is called Or,
Okay.
which translates to the dinner party. And I think you're going to find that this is so much more than just your average dinner party.
I'm intrigued already.
Yeah, me too. So the story centers around this aging elementary school principal, old principal Lu Minsheng,
Okay.
and he is deeply troubled by the state of his school's
Oh,
buildings.
no. What's wrong with them?
They're dilapidated, like
Yeah.
seriously dilapidated, to the point where it's really unsafe for the children who are coming to learn every single day.
Oh, man, that's a huge problem.
Yeah. And to make matters worse, he's been trying to secure funding from the local education bureau for repairs for over a year, but his requests have just been ignored.
Oh, that's so frustrating.
What?
Bureaucracy at its finest, right?
Yes. But then a little glimmer of hope appears.
Uh-huh.
He learns that a new director has been appointed to the Education Bureau, a man named Wang Jianping. And get this new director is actually a former student of Principal Lu's.
Oh, wow. So there's a personal connection there.
Exactly. So this gives him an idea. Maybe he can use this connection to finally get something done.
Right. Makes sense. Bypassing the red tape. I'm curious to see where this goes.
Yeah, so our deep dive today is all about what happens when Principal Lu decides to pay a visit to his old student, this now powerful director Wang. And it's fascinating because the way he tries to address the school's problem takes a really unexpected turn.
Okay, I'm all ears. This is already sounding juicy.
So Principal Lu sets off on his journey to the city, but it's not an easy one. He has to travel on a cargo truck, highlighting his kind of humble circumstances.
Right. Not exactly a luxury commute.
And he doesn't go empty-handed either.
Oh, what does he bring?
He brings a gift for Director Wang. A laying hen, the best one his wife owns.
A hen. That's an interesting gift.
Right. It's more than just a simple present. It shows just how serious he is about this request and the lengths he's willing to go to.
Yeah, you don't offer your best laying hen lightly. It's a real sacrifice.
Exactly. So he arrives, and Director Wang greets him warmly, recognizing the significance of the visit and the hen.
Okay.
But right away, almost immediately, Director Wang starts talking about how the Education Bureau is facing financial difficulties.
Ah, setting the stage, managing expectations from the get-go. Classic.
Classic. But Principal Lu doesn't beat around the bush.
No.
No, he goes straight to the point. He says, look, I need help with these repairs, and this hen, it's a symbol of my plea. And he's so determined, he says he won't leave without a resolution. He even, sits down and refuses to budge.
Wow, he's not messing around. Talk about putting someone on the spot.
Yeah. So Director Wang's in a bit of a pickle, right? He acknowledges the request, again mentions the lack of funds,
Right.
and then instead of offering any concrete solutions about the funding, he proposes this kind of cooperative approach.
What does that even mean?
Well, he invites Principal Lu to a meal.
A meal.
Yeah.
That seems like a bit of a sidestep.
It does, right? You think, we're talking about a serious issue here. Why are we suddenly talking about food?
Right, like a meal's not going to fix a leaky roof.
Exactly. Principal Lu's clearly surprised, but before he can even react, Director Wang picks up the phone.
Who's he calling?
He calls Director Bai of the Science and Technology Bureau,
Okay.
and he comes up with this excuse on the spot. He says something like, we need to have dinner to discuss co-construction of science and education as harmonious as fish and water.
Harmonious as fish and water.
Uh,
That sounds suspiciously vague.
right. And guess where they're going to have this dinner?
Somewhere fancy, I bet.
You bet. The Hainan Palace seafood restaurant.
Ooh, high end. This is getting interesting.
So there they are, Principal Lu, who's clearly out of his element in this lavish restaurant, surrounded by expensive dishes. He's looking at the menu and quietly asking Director Wang about the cost.
Understandable. He's probably thinking about how many roof tiles he could buy with the price of one of those dishes.
Exactly. But Director Wang just tells him to eat as much as he can, hinting that this extravagant meal is going to help their cause somehow.
Cryptic. I'm on the edge of my seat here. What's the plan?
Right. And throughout the dinner, you've got Director Wang and Director Bai chatting away, making small talk, while Principal Lu, he's just worried, his mind is back at the school.
Yeah, he's got bigger fish to fry, literally, than enjoying a fancy meal.
Exactly. The meal ends, and Director Wang presents Principal Lu with a receipt for 3,200 yuan.
3,200, that's a lot of yuan for a meal.
That's what Principal Lu's thinking too.
Uh,
But then the truth comes out.
Okay, lay it on me.
It turns out Director Bai from the Science and Technology Bureau, he actually paid for the meal, and the receipt has been inflated.
Inflated, what do you mean?
They have bumped up the price, made it look like it cost way more than it did.
Okay, I'm starting to see where this is going.
Right. So, Director Wang tells Principal Liu to take this inflated receipt back to the Education Bureau and use it to claim reimbursement from a specific guy, a section chief Ma.
So they're basically using the dinner expense as a sneaky way to funnel funds to the school.
Precisely. It's this roundabout, kind of shady, but undeniably clever way to get around the funding issues.
Wow. It's amazing what people will do to navigate a broken system.
It really is. And for Principal Liu, it's like a light bulb moment. Everything suddenly makes sense. The dinner, the inflated receipt, Director Bai's involvement.
It's like a puzzle finally clicking into place.
But there's a catch. Director Wang makes it very clear that this has to stay a secret, because of the Bureau's financial situation.
Of course, if this gets out, they're all in trouble.
Exactly. So Principal Liu leaves with the 3,000 yuan, but he's feeling a whole mix of emotions, right? He's bewildered, grateful, but also uneasy about how everything went down. He's even wondering whether his students should feel sorry for the situation or lucky that he found a way to help them at all.
It's a moral dilemma. He got what he needed, but at what cost? And what does it say about the system they're all operating in?
It really makes you think, doesn't it?
Mm.
So there you have it. A simple request for school repairs turns into this elaborate dinner, a favor between bureaus, and this really unconventional solution. It's a story that highlights the power of connections and the lengths people will go to work around bureaucratic roadblocks.
It's fascinating and kind of disheartening at the same time. You see this ingenuity and resourcefulness, but it's driven by a system that's clearly failing.